Hello everyone, I'm Mansi this side. I take online classes for students of various age groups. I take all subjects for primary kids. And before starting, let me tell you my qualifications. I am pursuing graduation from Delhi University and I have completed diploma in elementary education. I am seated qualified. I have an overall experience of 3 years in teaching. Now, before wasting much of your time, let me begin with what I have for today's demo class. So, I hope my screen is visible to you all. So, let us begin with what I have. Wow, as you can see, we will study science today. So, I have an amazing topic for you all. That is photosynthesis. You must have heard about photosynthesis. Photo is the term which means light, and synthesis is the term which means preparation. So, using light and preparing something. So, what is photosynthesis? Let us first quickly understand that what is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is basically a process which is used by plants. Now, why it is used by plants? It is used by plants as it is a process to prepare food, and that food is used by plants and prepared by plants. As you must have heard that plants prepare their own food. Now, photosynthesis is basically a process in which the plants prepare their food using certain material, and the main thing in this process is light. That is, photo means light, and using light, they're preparing, synthesizing food. So, in this process, other organisms basically, let me repeat it for you. Photosynthesis is a process used by plants, as I told you, and other organisms, yes, other organisms also use this process in which what is happening? We are converting light energy into chemical energy. Now, light, as I told you, photo means light. Light, the energy we are getting from that heat, this heat of the sun, the sun is providing us with light, right? The sun is providing with light to the plants. So we are converting light energy into chemical energy. That is basically a fuel to the organisms. Yes, this is an energy transformation process as well. So this is a food for the plant, and as well as plant is a food for an animal, right? So this chemical energy that can be later, chemical energy is something that can be later actually released to fuel the organisms. As I told you, fuel, this means food. This is the kind of a food for the organisms. So, this chemical energy is generally stored in a carbohydrate molecule, for example, sugar, sugar as in glucose, which are synthesized from, it is basically synthesized from, prepared from carbon dioxide and water, hence name photosynthesis. So, we saw that what are the essential things we need to, to perform photosynthesis process. So, it is carbon dioxide, it is water, and light. And when we combine all this, we get a carbohydrate molecule that is a sugar. It can be glucose as well. And in addition, we are getting oxygen. Wonderful. So, as you can see the picture on the screen, what happens is that the plant is getting water and minerals from the roots. As we know that the plants get water and minerals from the roots. So, they're getting the essential, the essential part of this process, the water and mineral from the roots. The leaves are taking carbon dioxide from the air, and that's how it is getting converted, and we are getting the oxygen in return. And then what is happening? Sunlight is giving chloroplast, the chloroplast present in those leaves, energy in chloroplast that is helping, that is helping to make sugar, to prepare sugar, which is a food for other organism and for plants as well. So yes, I hope this process is clear to you. Now, what actually happens during this process? Now, what happens is during this process, plants, roots, the roots of the plant take up all the water and the minerals from where? Where? From soil. While their leaves, the part, the main part, the leaves actually absorb carbon dioxide, as we saw in the picture as well. And the carbon dioxide, they are getting that from the atmosphere and the sunlight. Yes, wonderful. All these elements now are combining These elements are combining together, yes, during this process. And these are preparing carbohydrates. Now, as we got a carbohydrates that acts as a food for the organism, oxygen is also released to the atmosphere, into the atmosphere. As we know, oxygen is really, really very important to us, right? Yes, wonderful. Now, I have a little test for you. So, during what will come in the plant, in the first plant, during photosynthesis, yes, plants roots takes up water and minerals from the soil, while the leaves absorb. What do the leaves absorb? See it here, see it here. Leaves absorb carbon dioxide, yes, the gas carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and the light from the sun. All these elements together combine with each other during this process to produce what? What are they producing? They are producing, as you can see, carbohydrates. Yes, wonderful. And also during this process, what is released? Oxygen. Very good. As you saw earlier, oxygen is released. And where? Where oxygen is released? It is released in the into atmosphere. That's why we are getting oxygen, right? That's why we are able to breathe. And this part is very important. As we already know that what happens is that animals are totally dependent on some or other things for their food, right? Now, plants, by this process, prepares their own food and help other organisms as well by giving them the food. And it is also helping whom? It is helping us to, to breathe, because it is providing us with oxygen that is really, really important for us to breathe. That's why actually this is the reason that we are present on this planet. So thank you so much. This is it for this demo class, and I hope you all have understood what I have taught today. So yes, bye bye.